Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Amazing Jonathan's Burn Unit. Tonight's special guest is the king of sociability, Anthony Cool. And now please welcome to the stage, the Amazing Johnathan.
Thank you. Please sit down. Everybody, sit down. All right, we're back, and we're back. New show, and I blew it, didn't I? The whole illusion that we did 2 shows in one night.
I changed my shirt to make it look like
And I didn't. See, I don't think of these things.
It doesn't matter now that we blew it, though. So
Yeah, we're doing this 2 shows in one night so that I have what I call crack time at home. So we were going to do this really funny bit, but we're not going to do it anymore. So I have to teach a magic trick. The point of this is I'm going to teach you how to do something really cool, then bring out a guest, and then you have to wait to the end before I teach you how to do that cool thing. And this one...
But last week we didn't teach it, so sometimes you're just going to wait and you're going to be sorely disappointed. But that's not going to happen anymore.
No, they're going to stick around because of my guest this time.
You ate the chili, didn't you?
What was that? No, that was a little Buddy Rich. All right. Showing my age. Who's good? The drummer from Rush. Traps. Yeah, Neil, whatever the fuck his name. If you know the name of the drummer from Rush, you're fucked. Really. Horrible group. Oh, they're horrible.
Just because they're Canadian.
That's one of the reasons, yeah. But they're bad. No, Canadians are great.
You got a lot of Canadians.
Anthony's Canadian. So, okay, here's the trick. Watch this. Now, this is going to freak you out. Take my arm, and I'm going to push the arm all the way around. Most people would break their hand at this point. But I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep going, and going, and going, like that. That's impossible to do. Unless you stick around and watch. And then I'll show you how to do it. What's really cool is when I lift my sleeve up, sometimes I put a rubber band around my, it looks like my arm's been twisted, and they're like, oh. Oh. All right, now, we are going to introduce our first guest, and our only guest, because we only have one guest on per show, and this guy is going to fill the time faster than pussy darts, my friends. Please welcome the best hypnotist in the world, my best friend here in Las Vegas, I think, yes, maybe, probably. And he's the James Bond of entertainment here. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Anthony Cool. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got all that technical jumping stuff.
So, why are you the James Bond of Las Vegas?
Oh, you fucking called me that.
That's right, I do. I'll tell you why. Because who's making that mic? It's you with the handheld. All right. That's kind of why he's the James Bond. He lives like James Bond, ladies and gentlemen. If you go over to his house,
I killed 3 people today on the way here.
yeah. And you go to his house at any given moment, and there's always, without a doubt, naked women swimming in his pool. They're always, without a doubt, under 23 years old, and he lives the life, man. You look at his garage, and he's got a couple Ferraris. How many Lamborghinis now? 2?
It's a very small penis, is what it comes down to.
Yeah, right. No, believe me, that's not the case, because ouch. No, he is the, I want his life. And I have a really great life. I mean, I consider myself very lucky, and I have cars too, but it's different with him. I mean, he's just...
Mine work.
Burn unit, right?
Yeah, right, burn unit, right. Yeah, but when I fix mine, I don't have to second mortgage my house. And,
Ouch.
yeah, no, I own 25 vehicles, all of which 3 work at any given time.
Pretty good.
Hopefully one of them is my tow truck, and, which you wanted to borrow once to go to Canada with. You never would have made it. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
It was.
I'm surprised you remember that.
I have a very good memory for a drug addict. I'm so Did I say drug addict? I forgot I wasn't supposed to say that. And drugs are not the answer. Drugs is the question. The answer is fuck yeah. So, Bruce wouldn't know what I'm talking about. He's never touched a drug in his life.
Neither.
I don't think you have either.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No,
Wow.
It's a nice thing.
Well, yeah, that's
okay.
a drug. That's a drug.
Okay.
So,
Except for alcohol.
I don't touch alcohol. It's to me, I get sloppy on it, really sloppy.
Well, that's why I do it. I drink to make other people interesting. It was the quote from FBC Fields.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yes.
Keep going, man.
I'm
Keep
working
going.
on it.
God damn, what do you, let me see what you're drinking. Can I have a sip? Because I don't drink, and I'll be
Sure.
like a little fucking girl.
But isn't there a ritual when you take a drink?
That's why they call me the king of sociability.
Yeah, we need to, I mean, so at home we could actually do the,
Just don't put it back in the cup.
Oh.
Okay, that's all I'm asking. Yes.
Man,
what is the ritual?
I love you. That's how I get when I'm drunk. I was kidding, but now I'm not. Sociable.
Yes, during the show, when something funny happens, we generally take a drink with the audience. You know, because I like my audience just as drunk as I am, because that way they think I'm funnier.
When something funny happens, so
Yeah.
you've done that like 3 times?
And-
Burn unit!
Yes. Is that the catchphrase for the show?
I should be, I wasn't, but it should be like that.
Let's make it a catchphrase
Yeah,
now. Let's
yeah.
just do it.
Yeah. Burn unit!
You have to say it like
Oh,
that?
yeah, you have, no, yeah. Say it like that, but you have to wait till
Like
somebody.
it was stick up your
Guess
ass.
who's asking about you today, Bruce?
Who?
Nobody. Burn unit!
That's awesome.
That's a good one, yeah.
I say it all in unison.
That's how people get all excited about that one, because you're, oh, who asked about me? And you're like, no one. It's like being in the car and you say, so when did you decide to get started in the business? And they want to tell you so bad, as soon as they start, you turn the radio up all the way. It's like, burn unit!
That's a t-shirt company.
I got a gift for you
Uh-oh.
for being on the
Oh,
show.
really?
Yeah, bring Anthony's gift over here, please. You're gonna like this. I bought you some.
Drum roll, drum roll.
Drum roll! I wrapped it.
You got me a towel!
Let him unwrap
You got me a towel!
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
That's good.
Hold on. Can I guess what this is?
No.
Can I guess?
No, you better not know.
I'll bet you I guess what it
What
is.
is it?
Justin
You
Bieber
bastard!
home beat.
You got it from me for my birthday. You brought it
That's
over.
what I bought it for. Let me tell you, it's different from our night to see what
Yeah,
that
no,
buys.
it was so tempting to open that every day. I'm going, I want to play, and I'm like, no, I got to save it for when Anthony does my show.
This is great too.
Yeah, look at him. Look at this. Is before he spoke pot.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I really don't think so.
he's so pretty and soft.
Makes me want to, fling my feces at him or something.
No, I don't know about his music, but he looks so soft. Okay. All right, finish.
Nice.
It's actually nice. So listen, I'm gonna
Thank
ask
you.
Is that a real cigar? Or is that like a bang?
No, it's a real cigar.
Oh yeah, what's this? No, I'm fucking. Next time.
Next time, yes, I've heard that.
So listen to this. I'm gonna ask you the most embarrassing moment of your life.
Okay.
Spare nothing. I mean, it's got to be something you wouldn't usually tell people.
All right.
Oh, I shit my pants during the show.
Okay.
Something like that, because I was there when that happened, and you were. All right.
So
So.
that wasn't the most embarrassing.
All right,
by
I want
far.
to hear it.
It wasn't in this career. Before I started doing the hypnosis, I was actually a DJ, and I was a
The DJ.
Well, I was DJing the hottest club in Calgary.
Yeah.
And it was a club called Denny Andrews, and there was about 1,100 people there, and we were having this big beach party. So there's 3 DJs on all times. One guy would walk around with a microphone, the other guy would do lights and lazy, the other guy would actually be spinning the music. And we had a hot tub set up front, so I was the guy with the remote in the hot tub. So I was in the hot tub with about 20 people, and of course,
Oh, you got electricity in hot tub?
No, remote, like where are you, Anthony? I'm on the hot tub right now. You guys having a good time? Ah, that one of those types of things.
And you roll a microphone in the hot tub.
Well, I had the wireless microphone in the hot tub, I did. So I do a little bit in the hot tub, and then I have to judge this beach party costume thing. So they have this giant hydraulic stage in the middle of the club, and they lift up the hydraulic stage, and I just got out of the hot tub. See where I'm going with this?
No, I don't.
Okay, so I just
Usually
get
I
out of
do.
the hot tub, and I'm standing on this hydraulic stage, and I'm judging this contest. 1,100 people staring at me, and one of the head doormen come up behind me and shorted me.
Oh,
Right
no
down.
shit.
Oh, no shit. And
No
now
underwear, nothing?
I'm
You
in a
in-
swimsuit.
Still, no
I'm in a hot-
underwear? My mom says you don't, you get cramps. I was brought up weird.
You want to take that one?
No, his
Burn
mom was
unit,
weirder
yeah.
than mine.
So, yeah, that was definitely an embarrassing moment.
And so what did you do? Did you
Well,
cover up, or did you just like,
Well,
you gotta go with it.
Coming out of a hot tub, no, you don't cover. You don't go, yeah, because you're not exactly, you know, in your best.
Cold water does that. Hot water makes you big.
Right, but you come out of a hot tub and it's cold.
Okay, you got cold. You had time.
Right.
To simmer down.
Yeah.
All right. So you come up with an extra small penis.
Yeah.
And that's easier to cover. That way.
The scary thing is I still got a phone number that night, which is great.
Those hydraulic lifts are stupid, man. You know what? I got up on the stage with one of those once, and it was like, okay, bzz, it seemed like I'm gonna take. What do? You take a dramatic stance as you're coming up. No, that's too corny. So I come up looking like this, trying to fucking think of something I should look like. Here comes a confused guy out on the stage. So they see your head, and then they see you, and you see them, but they don't see your stance yet. They don't know what the fuck's happening. Oh, look, a head's coming out. Oh, there's a body attached to it. It's just a stupid way to come up, unless you come up like Michael Jackson with the hydraulics fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I played the Stardust before they tore it down, I used to come on the ceiling, and it was about, but it's a 3-union person job, by the way.
That's not bad for you.
Yes, one guy to turn the power, one guy to say it's okay to lower him down, another guy to say, okay, shut off the power.
Yeah.
I wish I was lying
Yeah,
about
you're
that.
not
Like,
lying.
not lying about that. So I come out of the ceiling, and it's the slowest lift in the entire world, right? It's like 30 seconds, which is an eternity when you're up on stage. So you're trying to
I
look
saw you
cool.
come down there.
At the
one time.
Stardust.
Yeah, at the Stardust. You come down
And
on
it's
that
30 seconds of you coming down on stage, and everybody's like, Anthony Coulson, and you get,
thing. Yeah.
and all this silence, like, down in a minute!
Yeah, it's not
Talk amongst yourselves!
I saw a really large woman slip when ladies and gentlemen, please welcome comedian. I won't tell you who it was. Fat comedian. And she come down and slipped and fell and it's funny when a fat person falls. I used to be real fat. I know how funny it is because I used to hear them laughing. And you can't recover. There's nothing you can do with
No,
that.
no.
You can't get up. That's true. You're like a turtle going.
That's
At least
another,
bring me a cheeseburger.
and that's another union job right there. To get the person on
Yeah,
stage,
yeah, you got 5 union guys
five
to
union
flip
guys
you
out there
over.
to flip you over.
No,
They come with a giant spatula, right? And it's like,
What's the worst moment in your show that you've ever had? What's the worst you've ever bombed?
oh my gosh, Tuesday.
Is it recent or is it a long time ago? Because your first show, I heard your first show went really good.
I still have it on VHS.
Yeah.
And it was pretty funny because I walked out there and wearing shorts and a t-shirt and drinking a beer and I was smoking a cigarette at the time, you know, and it was a very, very casual atmosphere. But I had a great time my first show. But I'm trying to think of like a real bomb moment. Geez, I think maybe when I took this woman's rabbit and I fucked it on stage and she got really, really mad
It's
at
a
me.
fake rabbit, by the way, folks.
She thought it was real. And she went to kick me, and her heel came off, and of course I'm holding a microphone right here, and it hit the microphone on my face simultaneously,
I
and
remember that.
cut me, split open my lip at that moment in time.
That happened within the last, 5 or 6 years, or maybe?
No, that was like 15,
When I was
15 years ago. That was a long time. Yeah, but I was sitting on stage, I'm
Didn't
bleeding.
you know what happened to
When I opened up the Paris, I got arrested on stage.
you got hurt on stage, I heard.
Yeah, I was bleeding profusely because I got arrested because I handed out imaginary joints to everybody.
That's what it was.
And there was a narc up on stage. And as soon as I gave him the joint, he stood up and he literally tackled me to the ground like an officer would. And I had a carpeted stage at the time. I got a huge rug burn on my forehead. My hand got cut open. And I was bleeding. And all I had to do was say wide awake to the guy. And I let it roll.
You were flustered? You
I
left
let
it?
it-
Oh, you
I
didn't?
let it roll.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah,
I
absolutely.
thought maybe you forgot about it.
No, I felt his weight, trust me. And I let it roll for probably about 10 seconds, and then I finally said to the guy, wide awake, and he realized, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He helped me out, sat down in the chair, and I sort of got, Kleenexes patched out to me, and I finished the show. But we leaked it out immediately to the press, right away.
Oh, yeah.
And the tagline was, local hypnotist arrested. And that's all. And
Yeah.
so until when you watch the show on...
You didn't
on the
plan
news,
that out because that
I
was
got
something you
so much
do.
press. I got so
That's
much
something-
press
You
off
would
it.
plan that out, though. That's how clever
I
you
know,
are.
but it worked.
I know.
It worked. I
Yeah.
got great press.
Well, I had you arrested once. Do you remember when?
Yes, I do remember when, as a matter of fact. Would you like great details to it?
Yeah, it was very, very funny.
We were just got to be friends. Like, this is back in 2003,
Yeah.
and I just purchased a new Hummer with OnStar, which is the greatest thing.
What's his license plate says?
Oh, yeah.
Give me A, and then it's the Hummer logo is right underneath that. Brilliant.
Still have the plate. So Jonathan and I decided, this is years before Storage Wars became a hit
Oh,
on
yeah,
television.
yeah, long before. You can get a storage locker for like $200. Now, they go for less than $1,000. Yeah, $1,000, $2,000. You don't even do it anymore.
So for fun, Jonathan and I decided we're going to get in the locker business. So we get up at 8 o'clock in the morning. How we got up at that early in the morning?
I was already up!
And I pick him up in the Hummer, and just as we're pulling into the facility, he hits the OnStar emergency button.
Yeah, well, I thought,
Like you're getting carjacked. That button, he hits it. I'm like, dude, don't hit that. That's on. He's like, what's it do? I'm like, it tells them that I'm getting carjacked.
No, it tells them that I'm an illegal alien and I don't have my fucking driver's license.
Yes.
That's what happened.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so we're in the locker room area, and this cop comes walking through. Anybody know Anthony Cools? Anthony Cools here? I'm like, yeah, I'm Anthony Cools, like that. And he comes and he pins me against the wall. He says, sir, I have to tell you right now, he says, you're under arrest. I said, what for? He says, you stole a Hummer. I said, that's my Hummer. But the Hummer wasn't under my name, it was under my agent's name,
yeah.
because I was brand new to the U.S. I didn't have any credit, so I had to purchase the Hummer under his name.
And they were auctioning off some really cool shit, and he could.
Yeah,
and
I
he's like,
remember that.
You better bid for me. I'm like, okay, I'll bid for you. I
remember
got you
that,
arrested. At least I can bid for him.
Yeah, so I got arrested for about 10 minutes there.
Yeah, until you said, wake up to the cop.
I didn't mean to fuck a chair, just for fun.
Yeah, just to fuck a chair.
Right, yes.
But we got a storage locker, and we paid $800 for it, which at that time was a lot of money for a storage locker.
Yeah.
But when we got inside, we were like little kids. It had everything in it.
It had all that porn.
Yeah, everything
You
in
took
it.
all that, right?
Yeah, well, somebody had to do that. We probably took about $8 grand worth of stuff out of that.
Yeah, you still don't pay me for that.
Sleep.
I guess.
So, all right, so that was your most embarrassing moment.
Mhm.
I got to know. You didn't even ask me what my most embarrassing moment.
I didn't know I was interviewing you.
Yeah, that's good.
Jonathan, I was just curious. In your entire life, not holding anything back, what would be your most embarrassing moment?
This isn't about me. This is about you.
Yeah, I knew it was coming too.
So let's talk about your endeavors, because you have many. He is not only the James Bond of Las Vegas. He produces. He's a man who's always thinking, and I produce great ideas, but nothing ever happens from them. And
That's
as you
high
see,
all the
as you
time.
see,
That's why, 'cause you're high.
I'm high all the time, and you're drunk all the time, and that doesn't stop
That's a
you.
good point.
All right, my shows just are faster than yours.
What?
The ones I produce, they're 30 seconds. That's all, but they're good.
I heard your last podcast went 20 minutes over time.
Yeah, because I was drinking. No, I don't do drugs. This is like Dean Martin drinking jokes. You know, like Dean Martin really didn't drink. Actually, Dean Martin wasn't drunk. And anyway, it doesn't matter. He's producing shows. First of all, with Ooh La La, a topless show that he talks. He can talk, man. He can talk the talk. He will sell you shit.
On a stick.
Yeah.
Charge you $49.95 plus for it.
Yeah, I got a little cheaper than that. But I'm a bit of a wheeler dealer myself. So Ooh La La style, and then that lasted for how many years?
About a year and a half.
Yeah, and then.
No, actually,
really
what
well.
happened is, right when it started doing very, very well, that's when basically '09 happened in Vegas, and I don't have to tell you what happened in '09. I mean,
What was that?
well, the great crash. I mean, how many shows shut down in that one
Oh,
year?
the stock market, yeah.
Not just the stock market, the entire economy, and we're still suffering from it
Because
right
we're
now.
talking about 9/11, that big crash, but
No, that lasted a little.
Yeah, the recession hit Vegas especially hard. The entertainers, people don't know that, but we were hit very hard. I went from 500 people a night to 60, I think.
I mean, it's still recovering right now. But,
Yeah, I went up to 70, I think, last month. So,
well, you know, right when that happened, Ooh La La was just starting to peak out. The economy goes to shit,
Right.
and at that point in time, Paris and Bally's are connected. And
I know.
And they own Jubilee.
right.
That's their show.
Yeah.
And they said to me, you got to shut it down. I said, okay.
So,
Simple as that.
and they love to deal with Anthony, all the heads. He's got his ads, and they wouldn't put my ad up at Valley's. He was all over the fucking place. He was all, they love him. You know how to, yeah, that's not true, because I've sucked all their cocks and nothing. And,
Tickle balls.
why don't you tell me these things? No, I tickle the balls. And, yeah, no, but it's not easy to get along with these people. It really is a chore to get along with people who are, you know.
A wise man once told me. Actually, I take that
Probably
back.
me.
It was you that actually said this. I'll never forget it. It says, it really pisses me off. There's a guy out there making 50 grand a year determining whether I can make millions. You said that.
That's right. Yeah, I did say that. And then their egos are bigger than the entertainers. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with an ego bigger than your own? For fuck's sake, that's impossible.
I just fly under the radar. I just, fly under the radar.
I try to fly under the radar. I go, I do my show, I go home.
No, but I'll go bullshit on that.
Why?
Okay.
I want to hear it.
Shouldn't you talk about certain pictures being hung up in certain entertainers' room?
Okay, one time.
Oh, one time. Yes, yes.
All right, Gladys Knight was the co-headliner with me at the Hilton.
I love how I'm running you on your own show right now. This is awesome.
Oh my God, Penn fucked me up, Penn Jillette.
Yes.
We used to send each other black things. Black, as in Negro memorabilia. And just the worst we could find. If it was more racist, the funnier it was to us, the more we sent things back and forth. It got to the point where he sent me a poster of a black Jesus on a cross. And he wrote, could there be anything worse than Penn, which is just meant for our eyes.
Right.
I mean,
and now everybody's watching.
yeah, but I mean,
Right.
you know what? I don't apologize for my racist remarks because I'm not racist. I joke about things evenly. You know,
Right. You hate everybody just the
No,
same?
I don't hate everybody. I joke about everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, no. So who happens to see this poster with Gladys Knight when she's walking down the hallway? And who happens to be a black? Yeah, who happens to be a black president of the Flamingo at the time?
Oh yes.
Burn unit.
Oh yes.
So yeah, I was chastised.
That's flying under the radar, buddy.
Nice lady, though.
Yeah, Gladys Knight, I never met her. She never said hi to me for some reason. I'd pass in the hallway and I'd say, hi Gladys, how are you?
It's sort of like me and Wayne Newton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Wayne Newton?
Well, I'll go there because as I can. Wayne Newton, it's funny, when I came to the Stardust, I came down about 2 months before I opened up to talk to the unions and all that kind of stuff and get all the ducks in a row. The entertainment director back there, Terry Jenkins, he said, would you like to go see Wayne Newton? I'm like, of course I'd like to go see Wayne Newton. So I went out and saw a show, and he brought us backstage. And Wayne comes back and he's got his little smoking robe on, right, and the hair's perfectly done. And we go back there, and I feel like I'm the only person in the room when he talks to me. Like, we just connect like I
Wayne Newton, huh?
think of the greatest guy in the entire world. We're both pilots. We start talking about helicopter flying.
You were both drinking.
No, not at this time.
Really?
Oh yes, and I feel like this is probably one of the greatest people I've ever met, Wayne Newton. And just as after about half an hour of hanging out in his dressing room, I leave, and he says, "Hey, if you're ever back in town, make sure you look me up." I says, "Well, I'll be back in town, in a couple months to open up." He had no idea who the hell I was. He thought it was some high roller or something that the hotel had brought in there.
So when you found that out?
That's the last time I talked to him, and I worked with him for 8 months.
Oh, that's a plus. That's a plus.
8 months. I was not allowed to go backstage until he'd driven off.
You weren't allowed to look him in the eyes.
I was never ever called Anthony Cools. I was always the comedian. The comedian left gum on the stage. The comedian had a stink coming from his dressing room. The comedian had his empty shrimp cocktail dish out front of my dressing room.
That is kind of piggish.
Seriously. 8 months. And 8 months of working with the guy in the same theater. And I was not allowed to work in the Wayne Newton Theater. It was called the Wayne Newton Theater at the Stardust, but I worked to start a showroom because he didn't want to have his name associated with my show.
Yeah, Dan Gans did that to me. He didn't want to have his name associated. Right? Doesn't that piss you off more than anything in
And they're
life?
both dead now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wayne Newton's career is dead,
Yeah, it's
but
Wayne,
yeah.
yeah, it's dead.
All right.
But you know you kill people that way, John.
No, I have a eerie power. If I say somebody's dead,
I'm learning
they
Duncan
die.
Shane.
Are you learning Duncan Shane?
I'm learning
That-
Duncan Shane.
One song is all you need. You only need one song.
Darling Duncan Shane.
How do you do it? One song. You got to give them that. You know, he did.
How did Cyndi Lauper do it? She's been singing the same song
She
for,
had 2 or 3, but Wayne Newton had 1, and he's got this huge house with peacocks. You know, and I hear him all the time, these peacocks.
I'll tell a story about going to your house. One of the first times Jonathan invites me to his house, I'm driving down Sunset, and we drive past Wayne Newton's house, and I smell his horses.
Horse urine.
His horse urine, like on Sunset. I'm like, wow, that's just overpowering. The horse.
It is so bad on a hot summer day.
And I finally get to his house. I says, why does Wayne Newton's house smell like piss? And Jonathan looked at me straight in the eyes and says, well, every night I go home and I piss on it.
I drink a lot of water. No, it does. It smells like urine.
Yes.
And they had the horses removed, and it still smells like urine, so it's Wayne. I worked with Wayne Newton one time, and I did a show for Marshall's Department Store, and it was a $60,000 one date for 60 grand. And it was Las Vegas night in Chicago, and they had Wayne Newton, me, and Cirque du Soleil. Well, during rehearsal, I was downstairs playing video games, not paying attention to what was going on upstairs. What was going on upstairs was Wayne Newton was giving this lady who had terminal cancer a kiss and a rose. That was her dream, to have that happen, right? So I don't see any of this. Now, my turn to rehearse, and I'm up there, and everybody's dressed like Elvis Presley, all the waiters, and I said, do I have a brain tumor, or does everybody look like Elvis here? That was my line right after this lady had a brain tumor. I get a knock on my dressing room door, and they said, you know what, we're running over time, we don't need your show, but here's your check anyway, thank you for, they paid me to go home.
You know what, I think I'd rather have my pants pulled down getting out of a hot tub.
Oh my
than let other
God,
people have that
yeah,
happen
I
to me,
mean,
for
but
sure.
what's she gonna do? She's dying, she's not gonna do
That's a good point.
And I had a speaker isolated in my dressing room with just Wayne Newton's voice. No background singers, no band, just Wayne. If you would have heard what I heard, holy shit! He lost his voice. I mean, just not.
What year was that?
Oh God, all the years.
Burn unit.
Yeah.
Doing the show next week, right? You gonna get Wayne to do the show next
The
week?
last time he tried to come back, he fell off the horse. Didn't he fall off the horse at the Flamingo? He comes right now. That was the last show he tried to do.
Oh, the last thing I heard about him with transportation is he had his Ferrari on Las Vegas Boulevard and it died and he couldn't get it started. Shit, I'd be totally different than that.
I know. I'm there all the time on Las Vegas. Chris Angel and I pushing my car not too long ago. We got video of it anyway. People are yelling. I ran out of gas. Chris came to push me.
Whoa. Can I ask you a silly question?
What?
I want you to give me a rough estimate. Guess roughly, come within 20 times of how many times you run out of gas in the last 20 years.
133.
Not once.
No,
my dad in your car.
No, not when you have
When it
old
goes to the E,
No.
you get more.
You have old cars, you have no gauges at work. Not
Then
only
you
that-
always go to the gas station, or you carry a jerry can in your back.
And people take gas out of my cars when I'm not around.
Really?
Yeah, they're fired now. But anyway, I didn't. But my dad always said,
No,
no, it wasn't
I'm still
him.
out of job.
My dad.
He hasn't caught me yet.
He said, if you run out of gas, you're a loser. My dad said that when I was a little kid. I remember him telling that to other people.
Smart
And I
man.
said, I'm never going to run out of gas. But my dad, luckily he died before I started this run on it. I'm thinking about having a briefcase made to go around the gas can so I don't look like an idiot walking with the gas can. Something that slides over the gas can. But me and Chris Angel were pushing my car, and he doesn't want to be doing this shit. He's got a reputation. I don't have one. So I'm pushing, and I hear, you're not so amazing now, are you? And I hear, believe you're out of gas for Chris. Believe you're out of gas. He's looking at me like, you fucker. It's totally humiliating, man. But I got 25 cars. They don't run out, but I got them.
That's good.
You want to buy one?
Nope.
Ah, shit. I tried to sell them the other. You were there.
Yeah.
You were there. Yeah, it didn't go very well. But
Were you high when you were trying to say?
what's this high thing you got going?
Well, I'm just saying I saw the prices.
When have you ever seen?
I
Have
just
you
saw
ever
the
seen
prices.
me? Not high, but have you ever seen me act anything different than I am now?
No, ever.
All right.
No.
Goofy, little off, maybe?
Nope.
Never.
No.
So I can tolerate drugs like somebody who does drugs can tolerate them. I'm not real good at that. What are they called? What are those called?
What's it called?
Similes. No, metaphors.
Metaphors.
Metaphors come to me like something comes to something else. Wow, that's like a magic trick. It's not going to stop, is it?
No.
I mean, to drinking.
No. That's what I meant too.
Favorite movie?
The Hunt for Red October.
What? I know what. All right, really?
Yeah.
Okay, then second favorite movie.
Okay, well, it depends on what genre, because I'd like.
Okay, let's do genres.
Okay.
Let's skip the drama one. Is that a drama? Would that
Yeah, it'd be a drama. I'd fuck Sean Connery.
I would too.
That guy's
Of course.
amazing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he doesn't have an unsexy bone in his body.
Right.
But,
You know, he reminds me of the world's most fascinating guy.
yeah, he does, right? Yeah. Whoever that is.
I don't often take nuclear submarines.
It's like a whoop to bring a knife to a gunfight. Good line. So, do another impression. Who do you do?
I don't do any.
Come on.
I don't do
Come
impressions. I don't do impressions. I don't.
I do one. Eddie Albert. Green Acres.
Okay, let's hear it.
Very obscure.
Okay.
Lisa! Never mind.
I'm blown away.
To Christopher Walken.
Oh yeah, I can do Christopher. Everyone does Christopher Walken. You burn the hotcakes.
That was
That's
terrible,
Eddie
Christopher Walken.
That's not. That's Eddie Albert.
Oh, okay.
Impression.
Oh, I used to do Andy Rooney.
Oh,
You ever notice?
Well, that's a
all you
hard
do.
one. If you can do Andy Rooney, you can do Christopher Walken's the
That
same
was
one.
the same thing.
Oh, no.
You never see them together. You ever notice?
Humpty Dumpty. No, you got to do one
I
impression.
don't do any impressions.
Do you do a naked dance in front of your girlfriend when you? Every
Sometimes-
guy has a naked dance.
Sometimes a helicopter. Yeah, sometimes.
I never thought about a helicopter. Probably because it's never felt like.
It's more like, can I
Yeah.
stir your drink for you?
Yeah.
You can't do that if you just come out of the hot tub.
But do you?
No!
Do you have a naked dance? Every guy has a
Oh,
goofy
God,
naked dance they do for, and we're gonna have you do it tonight.
Every guy has a
And we have video.
All right, now you did. How many shows have you produced?
I produced, first off, Ooh La La, then I
Yeah.
did Freaks.
Right. That was. You know what? I don't know why that show is not going strong right now. I just that was one of the best shows ever.
Because of the recession. I lost every show that I've ever due to this recession. I mean, it was.
When are you gonna stop opening shows so that you don't lose money?
Well, I thought that.
Who directed that show?
For the record,
Oh yeah.
I had
a real freak.
a very brilliant director. He was not only brilliant in the show, he played a character in the show himself, and he was fantastic to work with. A guy by the
Going
name
back
of,
to the TV.
a guy by the name of Bruce Block.
Yeah.
But I was going there anyway. I was going to go there, and he put
It was a
together a
great
fantastic.
It was a great
It was an emotional experience. I mean, people that walked away just like fucked up for life.
All right, now I want to talk about this. Now, recently you've come over to the plaza and you literally quite owned half of the place.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm dealing with the people that you dealt with there, and you had the beauty.
The salon.
Right, with the sexy girls cutting your hair.
Mhm.
It's always got to be sexy girls with you, though. Huh?
Not anymore.
No?
Anyway.
You've learned your lesson?
3
Is
months.
that why you're dating that
three
guy?
months. 3 months ago, we actually converted it back to a regular salon.
All right.
It's difficult to operate a hair salon as a lingerie base when you're open across from the bingo hall.
Well, when they keep moving your head like that, and when you're trying to cut your hair, and you're looking at it's frustrating, you know. With clothes on, it's frustrating, let alone naked. You're like,
Why did you point at me when you said that?
Because
Like a little naked. I'm drinking. You're looking cute.
Yeah, you got a pretty mouth.
Ding, ding, ding. Sorry.
So, okay,
Fine now.
so you have the 5 businesses going, and
Yes.
how did you get in? How do you go into a casino and say, I'll take that, and that?
Well, when they went to the renovation, they came to me about a year before they actually went into
See,
the
they
renovation.
came to him.
Yeah,
That's the key word. They came to him.
They came to me and they said,
They
we
don't.
want.
I crawl to them. And they come to you.
Well, I've had a long-standing relationship with the people that have been there for a long time. The senior vice president of marketing and the president both got my gig
Right.
in the Paris.
Right.
You've actually given me some nice compliments over the years, and you said, you know, you have actually family that's a hypnotist.
Oh, I have a cousin that I don't like anymore. That's a hypnotist. Yeah.
And for you to actually to come see my show, that was a big deal.
Oh, I'm not gonna let that fat idiot stop me from seeing one.
Family.
Yeah, family.
James, if you're watching, burn
You
unit.
owe me fucking money. Nothing you say or do to me. They're in the swinging watch made. That's gonna make me forget that.
I don't get nervous very often, and I remember you coming to see me at Stardust, and I was nervous. I was nervous when John Cleese came to see the show.
Yeah.
I was nervous when you came to see the show. Because I came to Vegas in '03 and I looked around to see what my competition was for my time slot. And I said, Amazing Johnathan, I need to go see the show. And I saw you at the Flamingo.
Yeah.
And I had tears streaming down my face.
Because you realized that you were never going to be able to compete with that time slot.
No, I was drunk.
Okay.
So, tears streaming down my eyes. I thought to myself, this is unbelievable. This is probably the best show I've ever seen before in my entire life. And I mean that very sincerely. I cried laughing. And the fact that I saw you after the show, and I said, hi, man, we close to performing. You started singing, oh.
I never did that to you. I never did that to anybody.
You did not do that.
I
And
never did that to anybody.
we actually good friends after that.
Yeah.
That's when we first met.
He gave me a limousine, a stretch limousine. He said, "You want this stretch limousine?" I'm like, "Wait, what's wrong with this? Dead clowns in there or something?" No, wasn't. It was just, it was a great limousine.
But
I take it to my LA place all the time.
But there's a story behind that.
Well, yeah.
Let's tell the story. But do you guys want to hear the story about the limousine?
Yeah.
All right. So this is 2003. I get to be friends with Jonathan, and Butterbean comes to visit me at Stardust, and he says, let's go out and party. And that time, Lord of the Dance was closing at the Venetian, and I got to be friends with a lot of.
Boy, he knows how to party, doesn't he?
Well,
Michael Butterbean clogging
Wow.
is so cool.
Was it with Michael Flatley, or did you?
it wasn't with Michael Flatley. It was just.
You said it wasn't a party.
It was.
It's not a party without
It was
Michael
not
Flatley.
Lord of the Rings. It was the other.
Not
cheaper
Lord of the
version.
Rings?
Yes.
No, it was Lord of the Dance. So they got to be friends with me, and they said, we're having our closing party. We're having this party at PT's Pub down in Henderson. I don't know where Henderson is. And
Where I live.
Butterbean comes to visit me. He says, I said, we can go to this party. He says, yeah, let's go to this party. So we get in a cab from the Stardust, and there's 7 of us, so we had to take 2 cabs. So you can only put 4 people into a cab. And we drive to Henderson, $55 per cab each way, $210 plus tips. And I thought to myself, for this kind of money, I could buy a limousine and put a driver and be ahead of the game. If I go like once a week, I'm ahead of the game. So I buy a limousine, and I go to Jonathan, I say, you know what, Jonathan, I got this limousine. I only use it like a couple times a week. You want to go halvesies? And Jonathan says, yeah, I want to go halvesies. He cuts me a check for half the cost of the limousine, and I use it 3, 4, 5 times a week, and Jonathan uses it 3 times in a year. Honestly,
Yeah,
okay,
3
right,
times
3
total.
in a year.
It's
And then-
for my mom. It wasn't even for me. It was
You used it for your guests.
I don't-
I partied in the freaking thing, and then Leanne Rhymes' band was playing at the Stardust, and I had them in the car. I don't know how I got Leanne Rhymes' band there.
Ether.
Yes. And we're in the valet at the Stardust, and the car holds 10 people, and there must have been 13 or 14 people because there were guitar players with their ass in the bar. I remember that, and we are convinced that we can roll this limousine in the Stardust. So we all start rocking the car back and forth.
This
and
is
the car,
half my limo, by the way.
half his car, and I'm in it, and we start rocking this car. Now, in my mind, I'm seeing the car getting closer and closer to being rolled. In reality, it's like, break the shock, break the shock, break the shock, break the shock, smash the roof, stereo doesn't work, ceiling smash, mirror's gone, right? And the car gets trashed beyond words, and I feel like a shit for this whole thing.
You've never told me this. This is new.
The car is trashed. So I take the car and I park it, and I think to myself, Jonathan owns half this car, hell, what the fuck, bad news. So I buy the second limousine. I use it for a little while, and Jonathan, you said, no, it's cool, just, give me half the new one. I'm like, that's cool.
I didn't think you may have the new one.
Yeah, you did.
No, I wouldn't take that bet again. You mean for free? Give me half the new one?
Yeah, you said, I said, the limousine's trashed. I'm getting another one. He said, that's cool.
I said I wanted the fiber optic box out of the trunk. That's all I really wanted.
Oh, I do remember that. So,
No one asked
anyway,
me to
to
do car.
make the long story very short, that car gets parked, and then I get another car, and I say
Another
to
car
John,
and another car. And
I got a car problem. I'll admit
Yeah.
it. I admit it. But I thought to myself, this car should be yours. So that's
So
why
he
he
did.
bought
He
half
gave
the
it to
car.
him.
I just gave it to him because
Yeah.
it should. I trashed the first car with Leanne Rhymes.
And-
That bitch owes me half a limousine.
Yeah, I can say the same about you, but you.
I owned up.
I did own up, and there wasn't any problems with it. I expected fully there to be transmission or something. And
Nope.
It wasn't.
Nope.
Just the roof is cracked, and that's all right. It's right from Butterbean. But
The roof is cracked?
Just the rubber is cracked. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat now. He's looking at it, I fucked it all up. It was a great gift, and nobody's ever given me a stretch limo, and nobody ever will again.
Oh,
And
I love you too, man. I love you too.
I take it to LA, I get my family in there, I got my 12-year-old sleeps in there, and I got Anna that sleeps on one part, I sleep on the other, and they won't let me park it.
Buy a motorhome.
They won't let me park it in my condo association, I can't bring it into the complex.
Why?
Because they're such cunts. And,
Did you just say the C word?
yeah, cunts, you can say that, it's
Oh.
an internet show.
Okay.
What are you, religious now?
No.
Good, all right. I mean, you've heard me, well, you've heard me say worse things than